at it with another video. This game is called Truth. I don't know anything about this. We're gonna find out together. I just seen it in the PlayStation Store, and I'm like, might as well try it out. So here we go. We're gonna find out together. Truth.
Welcome to Truth, the game show where we award a $1 million prize to the contestant chosen by our audience.
Okay.
We have 6 challengers hooked up to lie detectors, which I'll be monitoring.
All right.
In every round, we ask each of them 5 questions chosen by our audience. Then we vote one off based on their answers. Let's meet our contestants.
All right.
Why don't you each tell me a little about yourself?
I'm Joe.
Hey, Joe.
I'm 28, and I'm from Philly. Let's go Eagles.
Okay.
My name is Alexis, and I'm born and
Alexis.
raised in Beverly Hills.
All right.
My name is Sam. Hello. And I recently moved out here to Hollywood to get in the film industry. And I've been writing a long time before I even got to town. And I've got a lot of scripts. I'm willing to show them. Hit me up. And I'm very excited to be on the show.
I'm Autumn. I'm
Ah.
a California native, and I grew up right here in Los
Ooh.
Angeles.
Hell yeah.
Hi, I'm Claire. I've never been on TV before. I'm so excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
All right.
I go by Lilith, and I'm from Van Nuys, California.
Holy cow.
Let's see what the audience wants to ask first.
Oh, I get to choose. Oh, okay. Let's see. What would you do with money? What's your most embarrassing memory? What is your most controversial or unpopular opinion? What is your biggest regret? What is the dumbest thing you ever did? What is your most embarrassing guilty pleasure? What is the worst way you betrayed a friend? What is your favorite holiday? Ask a trolley problem. Oh, it keeps going. Oh my god, there's so many. Have you ever cheated on anyone? What's the most serious law you've ever broken? What is your most unusual talent? Describe the typical day in your life. What's your most unusual pet peeve? What is your happiest memory? Sorry, I gotta turn on the volume so loud. What is your proudest accomplishment? If you found a wallet, would you return it? Oh, I kind of want to choose that one. What were you like as a child? What do you do for a living? Who would you want to be stranded on an island with? Oh, that's another good one. If you could have any job, what would it be? That one's lame. What was your childhood dream? Stupid. What is your biggest fear? Don't care. What advice would you give your younger self? Well, that's another good one. If you could have any superpower, what would you choose? Oh. What was the one? The wallet one. I want this one.
If you found a wallet, would you return it?
I mean, if there was cash in the wallet, I'd keep that. You know, finders keepers. But yeah, I'd return the wallet. I've actually heard if you put a rubber band around the wallet and drop it in the mailbox, the post office will return it. I don't know if that's true, but
Okay, Joe.
yeah, that's what I'd do.
Oh, okay, all right. So we're asking Joe about this. What else can we ask Joe? If you would find a wallet, what would you return? Oh, so in Reddit it tells me if I already asked that question. I'm curious. What is this? Let's see what's his biggest fear.
What is your biggest fear?
My biggest fear is dying. I mean, duh. Like, I don't want to die. I mean, not in any particular way. You know, people are like, oh, I don't want to drown or get eaten by a lion. Like, I don't care how I go. I just don't want to be dead, you know?
Ah, that was lame, bro. That was lame. What's your childhood dream? If you have any job, what would it be? You're a stranded on an island. What was the other one? Let's choose this one.
If you could have any superpower, what would you choose?
Yeah, what would you choose?
Immortality? I've heard nerds say, like, oh, that would be a curse or something like that, but I don't believe that. That's BS. If I could choose anything, yeah, I'd live forever, for sure.
Okay, so he doesn't want to die. So I should, you know, I should have seen that coming, you know, because he doesn't want to die, so immortality would be the best thing to choose. Okay. What do you do for a living? Actually, let's go for the top. What would you do with money? Oh, that's a good one.
What would you do with the money?
Well, my ex-wife would probably get most of it. She's supposed to get half my income, but the judge hates me, so she always gets the bigger half. But if I got money, I'd pay off my credit cards, finish paying off my bike, and finally have some money in the bank for once. That'd be nice.
Damn, that sucks when you have to give like half your money. What's the dumbest thing you ever did? Oh, what's the worst way? I guess.
What is the worst way you've betrayed a friend?
Oh man, dude. For years, my friend John used to sell my friend Keith weed, but it wasn't weed, it was kale. Like, he would sell him kale instead of weed. And yeah, Keith didn't know. Like, for years, I was watching Keith, like, pack bongs with kale, and that wasn't working. So then he would, like, make kale brownies, and he had no idea.
What the?
And yeah, I should have told him, but it was just too funny.
What the hell? Wait, can we ask him all these questions? Wait a minute. What advice would you give your younger self? That is a... If you could have any job, what would it be? Let's do this. Oh! Oh! Okay, I see what okay, I see what's going on. They don't really explain that, did they? What were you like as a child? Don't care. We gotta do the wallet, right? Wait, what? Where's the wallet at? I wanna, Wait, where did the wallet go? Oh, I don't care about that. Oh no, where did the... If you found it, here we go.
If you found a wallet, would you return it?
I always return wallets when I find them.
She hesitated.
Every time.
Nope.
It's the right thing to do.
No, she hesitated. She hesitated. You seen that, right? She fucking hesitated, bro. She would not... No, she wouldn't return it. Wow, what a thing to do, bro. If you could have any job, what would it be? What is your biggest fear?
What is your biggest fear?
Getting a pimple. I've known people who have had one
There's
and
no
they
way.
say it's awful. That's why I do a strict regimen of cleansing, toning, and moisturizing to make sure I don't get one. I heard it can happen to anyone.
Are you serious? It's pimple, dude. Come on, man. What is your happiest memory? Describe your typical day in life. I don't want to hear it. Like, she probably has a boring life thing. What's your most unusual talent? What's the most serious law you've ever broken? Oh, that's curious. I'm curious.
What's the most serious law you've ever broken?
I used to have steaks flown in from this place that I love in France. I stopped when I found out it was illegal to import meats. I don't know how serious of a crime that is, but I'm glad I never found out the hard way.
Okay. What's your most unusual talent? Describe typical day in life. What's your most unusual? Oh wait, actually, yeah.
What's your most unusual pet peeve?
Pet peeve. When my chihuahua poops in my purse.
What?
I carry her around everywhere in my bag.
Oh,
I wish they made, like, a harness so I can carry her around like a purse.
they do.
And then they had pockets, so I wouldn't need another purse at all.
What the fuck? What was that at the end, dude? That's the trolley problem. What's that? Wait, let's choose that one.
You're the conductor on a runaway trolley. There are
Oh.
5 people ahead of you on the tracks who do not have time to get off the tracks. If you continue forward, you will run over all 5 and they will die. You cannot stop the trolley, but you can change to an alternate track where there is only one person on it. If you choose to change tracks, the 5 people on the first track will live, but the one person on the alternate track will be run over and die. Do you change tracks?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about trolleys, but if I had a job driving one, I'm sure that they would teach me how to handle that situation in trolley school.
Wait, you didn't answer the question. What the fuck? She didn't answer the question. What? She didn't answer my question. Okay, so we did okay. I already forgot everybody's name to be sure. I know Joe. Joe was like one of my. I know one's Autumn. Let's see. I'm asking everybody about the wallet because I lost my wallet and someone returned the wallet, but they took all my money out of the fucking wallet. Like, thank you for giving my wallet, but why did you take my money? That was a long time ago, but that's why I want to ask this question.
If you found a wallet, would you return it?
Okay. So if I found the wallet, the question of whether or not I'd return it depends. Now, if it was a 1%er, a wealthy individual, and that wallet was filled with money, I might take the money and return the wallet
Wow.
anonymously.
Wow.
If it was seemingly like just a regular person, regular working stiff, then I think I'd just return the whole thing. But if it was a Gucci wallet with gold around the sides, black card, the whole nine, I might have to take a little from it.
He gave to each class what he would do. That's funny. I like this guy. This guy's funny a little bit. Yeah.
What advice would you give to your younger self?
What advice would I give to my younger self? Okay, first, I would make sure to tell myself to buy stock in Microsoft, Apple, and Netflix, and hold on to it until at least 2019. Don't sell it until 2019. And then I would actually tell myself to start playing chess early and often, because I was late to the game, and I love chess, and I'm pretty good at it. But I don't think I'll ever be great at it. And you have to start young, and you have to play early and often if you want to be truly exceptional at chess. And I really believe that if I did start young, I could have been one of the greats. because I see everything it takes to be accepted.
What was that cut?
Yeah, I would tell myself to start playing chess early. Join the chess club.
Did it just cut him off a little bit? Did you see that? That was weird. I mean, that is true. If you start stuff very early, you become really good at it. Well, at least that's what I think would be true. Who would you want to be stranded on? Oh, that's good. Let's see.
If you were going to be stranded on an island with one person of your choosing, who would it be?
If I was going to be stranded on a desert island with one person, who would I pick? It's not an easy question. I have 7 billion choices. Okay. Yep. So, a lot of people are probably going to pick someone who's like really attractive or like a great conversationalist, very entertaining. I'm going to pick Vladimir Putin.
Really?
And it's not because I'm a fan. But if I was on that island and Putin just magically appears there, that means I've taken the biggest despot in the world, the most evil person walking the earth today, and he's out of circulation. I don't think in good conscience I could pass up that choice. It's going to do so much good for so many people. And then it's me, it's him, and if he wants to annex something, he'd have to annex my supply of coconuts. That's it.
What the fuck?
The people of Ukraine are okay. No World War III. That's, yeah.
Oh my.
No regrets. It's Putin. Let's go.
That was a funny answer. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. He's so far my favorite right now. What's your proudest accomplishment? What is your happiest memory? Describe your typical day. Oh, I gotta know now. I gotta know.
Describe a typical day in your life.
Well, usually my day is going to revolve around what I'm watching and what games I'm playing. So, work aside, when I have free time, I'm going to be binging something. And just got done with The Last of Us, binged The Mandalorian, currently watching The Winchesters, and then I'm going to play video games, gaming, a lot of RPGs, and I am immersed in that world. I take gaming very seriously. Oh, and one more thing I take very seriously, snacking. I will always have some snacks on standby and some beverages, and I like playing with snack beverage combos. Yeah, that's pretty important. That's my day.
Yeah, he's okay. Hands down, my favorite so far, bro. Hands down. Okay. Okay, I got one more question for this guy. What is your favorite holiday? What's the worst way you betrayed a friend? Oh, I gotta know what holiday he likes.
What is your favorite holiday?
Yeah, my favorite holiday is definitely Pi Day.
What?
March 14th, 3/14, aka 3.14, as in pi. And I love it. It's not an official holiday
I was gonna say.
yet, anyway, but every Pi Day, I go to a competition where, first off, there are many varieties of pie, blueberry, apple, we indulge. And then there's the competition part of it where they see who can name the most numbers after the decimal point from memory. And I won it once. I named 1,826 numbers from memory. But that's not the world record. And I don't know if I'll ever get close to that. The world record is 70,000.
Holy cow.
Happy Pi Day.
Man, I want to talk to this guy some more, but we ran out of the questions for this guy. Oh, I just now noticed the music changes. Alright, so I'm pretty sure her name is Autumn. You know what we have to go for? We have to go for the wallet. There it is. How do I keep skipping the wallet?
If you found a wallet, would you return
What do you do?
I would return it, but I wouldn't be doing the owner a favor by doing so.
What?
People are obsessed with money and credit cards. They think money will buy them the freedom to enjoy life. Really, the quest to acquire wealth just makes you a slave to your employer. Still, it's their wallet, so of course I'd return it.
See, that's how you don't stop and think about it. When you stop and think about something, that means you would not do it. If you guys want to know my answer, yes, I would return someone's wallet. I wouldn't take their money or anything. I would return their wallet because that's not my money. So, what's your proudest accomplishment? Yeah, what's your proudest accomplishment?
What is your proudest accomplishment?
I organized a demonstration to save a park, and it worked. They were going to level the place and build a distribution center. We had people protesting at the site for 3 weeks straight and got over 1,000 names on the petition. They ended up building the distribution center on the site of a nearby abandoned mall instead, so we didn't lose any jobs or anything. It was a complete win.
Alright, you know what? I'm actually glad. She didn't destroy anything. She stood her ground. Okay, alright, I like that. Yeah, what do you do for a living?
What do you do for a living?
I escaped the rat race a few years ago. I cut all my expenses drastically, so now I only need a few $100 a month to survive. I deliver food through those gig apps, but only 2 or 3 orders per day, just enough to get by. I find if I make more money than I need, I just end up buying stuff that clutters my life and makes me less happy.
Okay. So she's like living where the wind takes her pretty much. What's your most unusual talent? Describe your typical day in life. I pretty much already know what she was going to say about that. Oh, okay, let's just do this one.
You're the conductor on a runaway trolley. There are 5 people ahead of you on the tracks who cannot get off the tracks in time. If you continue forward, you will run over and kill all 5 of them. You cannot stop the trolley, but you can change to an alternate track where there is only 1 person on it. If you decide to change tracks, the 5 people on the first track will live, but the 1 person on the alternate track will be run over and die. Do you change tracks?
I change tracks and hit the 1 person. The only argument I can see for staying on the current track is that I might feel guilty if I actively made a decision that killed 1 person. But 1 person dying and me feeling guilty about it certainly isn't as bad as 5 people dying.
See, that's how you answer the question. You're a wonderful woman. What's the way you ever betrayed a friend? Oh, has she betrayed somebody? Let's see.
What's the worst way you've betrayed a friend?
I gave a lot of my friends chlamydia.
What?
In fairness, some of them probably had it already. We're all very open about our sexuality. That's just the type of people I vibe with.
Holy, I wasn't expecting that answer. Holy cow. Why is this very sad? There it is.
If you found a wallet, would you return it?
Absolutely, I would return a wallet. I mean, if I was ever lucky enough to own something as precious as a wallet, I would really hope that someone would return mine to me if I ever lost it.
Oh, is she from Scott? Yeah, she's Scottish, I get it. Damn, okay, this one's gonna be hard for her. What would I want to know about her? What is the dumbest thing you ever did? Okay.
What is the dumbest thing you ever did?
Oh, well, that was sleeping in a dumpster. I mean, it seems like a good idea, right? You know, there's a lid on them, keeps you dry when it's wet. Unfortunately, I fell asleep and the garbage truck came by, and I woke up to find myself being tumbled into the garbage truck and being compacted in beside everything else. It took me 3 days to free myself from the block I was in the landfill.
Hmm. Let's see. What's your most controversial or unpopular opinion? What would you do with the money? Oh yeah, what would you do with the money?
What would you do with the money?
I would hire a private investigator to help me find my daughter Mallory. We got separated on a fishing trip quite a few years ago now, and I spent all my time and my resources finding her, going from city to city, but she's always moved on. So, yeah, a private investigator could be life-changing for me.
Dang it! Now how am I wish I didn't know that. Now how am I supposed to, vote her out? Let's see. What's your proudest accomplishment? Or you were like a child? What do you do for a living? Yeah, what do you do for a living?
What do you do for a living?
Well, I sold furniture for a while.
Okay.
Then I ran out of furniture.
Mm-hmm.
Then I sold shoes for a while. Ran into a similar problem. Now I'm unemployed.
Oh, so she has no job. Okay. What is your biggest fear?
What is your biggest fear?
My biggest fear is flying.
Oh, just like my mom.
It's always been my biggest fear, even when I was a little girl. I was petrified of flying. And so my parents got me an emotional support dog called Mr. Fluffers. And they told me that as long as I had Mr. Fluffers with me when I was flying, everything would be all right. So off I went on my first plane trip with Mr. Fluffers, and I knew everything was going to be all right. Even when the plane crashed into the mountains, I still knew everything was going to be all right because I had Mr. Fluffers. Unfortunately, it was about 3 weeks that we had before the search and rescue team found me and other survivors.
Oh no.
3 weeks without food.
Oh no.
So, I suppose, we wouldn't have been all right if Mr. Fluffers hadn't been there initially.
What the hell? Oh my gosh. Okay, what would you do with the wallet?
If you found a wallet, would you return it?
I found a wallet once.
Yeah?
I looked up the owner on social media.
Yeah?
Turned out to be some racist, sexist loser who was inexplicably married. I kept the cash, and I went to return the wallet to his home when I knew he would be at work. I told his wife that he left it behind during a one-night stand.
Damn. That's savage. Holy shit. I'm kind of curious. What's her fear?
What is your biggest fear?
Having to get one of those normal peasant jobs. One where there's a boss to report to and a clock to punch. I tried it when I was younger, and it still gives me nightmares. Not the fun kind.
Wait, then what the hell does she do? That's weird. That's like that's every job. Should have his memory. Talent. What's the most serious law you've broken? Have you ever cheated on anyone? Okay, wait a minute. Okay, let's ask this question.
Have you cheated on anyone?
It better be a no.
Of course I have. I
Wow.
don't answer to men. If I choose to hook up with a guy, he should be eternally grateful.
What?
I certainly don't have any obligations to him afterwards.
That's a strike right there. I don't know. It's between that one. It's between her and her so far. Cause she just got done complaining that dude doing cheating, and then she goes and does that. Like what? I don't have to answer the man. Like come on. Let's see. What is the most embarrassing memory? Yeah. What would you do with the money?
What would you do with the money?
I'd start my own cult,
Uh.
dedicated to summoning Cthulhu and bringing about the end of days.
I don't know about that. What's your biggest regret? Yo, what's the dumbest thing you ever did? Actually, what's the worst thing you've betrayed? Let's see.
What is the worst way you've betrayed a friend?
I don't have friends, but I have betrayed people. When I was in high school, there was a girl in my class who told me she wanted to kill herself.
Uh-oh.
And I could have helped her, but I didn't. And in hindsight, I do wish I had. I ran into her recently, and she's married to a loser, has 2 ugly children, and works part-time as a waitress. If I had helped her commit suicide back then, she wouldn't be suffering like that. I offered to kill her now, but apparently it's too late. She doesn't want to die anymore.
That's the end of this round.
Okay.
We'll soon find out who will be going home after this message from our sponsor.
No ads.
Today's episode is brought to you by Rebecca Cartwright. Have you been injured in an automobile accident?
Yes.
Or hurt on the job? Has your
Yes.
case already been settled and you've been awarded a large sum of money? Call Rebecca Cartwright, 555-1258. Rebecca is 25, single, and looking for a long-lasting relationship.
Wait, what the
Must
hell?
love dogs. Now it's time for the audience to vote. Please enter the selection of the contestant you think should be going home.
Okay, so it's either between Lilith or Alexis right now. I knew his name was Sam. I had a feeling it was gonna be Sam. Claire, Autumn, Sam, and Joe. Okay, it's either her or her. Damn. Okay. Sorry, Lilith. You gotta go, bro. I'm sorry.
The votes are in. The audience has voted to send home Lilith. Please keep in mind that this was not my decision.
You can go now.
Okay, let's get started with round 2. Audience, choose your first question.
I thought she was gonna turn around slowly and look at me and like get really mad. Okay, so now we're gonna ask more questions. Okay, I like this. Okay, let's see what Joe would say about what's his embarrassing.
What is your most embarrassing memory?
Man, I once tried dating 2 girls in the same night, and that did not go well. I was out with this one girl, and we were having a great time. And then I drove her home. I went inside. We fooled around a little bit. That was fun. And yeah, I said goodbye. Went to this bar, and I met this other chick, and she was digging me, and I was digging her. And yeah, we left. I took her home, And it's the same home. Like, they're roommates, dude.
What?
So I'm like, okay, Joe, don't push your luck. Let's go home. But no, man, I don't know. I thought, like, maybe the first girl would be sleeping or, like, best case, who knows? You know what I mean? So, yeah, I went inside, and sure enough, the first girl's sitting there, like, watching TV. These girls laid it on me. They got up. They yelled at me. I'm like, I'm sorry. You're beautiful, both of you. Yeah, that sucked. That was, not my finest hour. Yikes.
Damn, dude. Okay. What is your biggest regret? What is your dumbest thing you ever did? What's your most embarrassing guilty pleasure? What is your favorite holiday? We gotta know what holiday.
What is your favorite holiday?
Well, when I was growing up, it was Christmas, hands down. Probably every kid's favorite holiday growing up. But now it's Thanksgiving, for sure.
Me too. What?
Day off from work, food, lots of good food, and football. My 3 favorite things.
Okay, besides football, 2 of the things I like. It used to be Christmas, but now it's Thanksgiving. Free food, what can I say? You have ever cheated on anyone? What's the most serious law you've ever broken? What is your most unusual talent? Describe your typical day in life. What's your most unusual pet peeve? What is your happiest memory? What is your proudest accomplishment? What were you like as a child? What do you do for a living? Let's see what you do for a living.
What do you do for a living?
I work at a distribution center where I drive a forklift. Pays pretty decent, and I get good overtime.
Okay, he's definitely staying. Who would you want to be, for at least this round, who would you want to be stranded with on an island? If you could have any job, what would it be? What is your childhood dream? What advice would you give your younger self? Let's do the alien one.
If you were going to be stranded on an island with one person of your choosing, who would it be?
Well, my first thought's Margot Robbie, but she
I don't
has
know who that
kids, and I'm not going to separate a mother from her kids, so Megan Fox.
Oh, hell yeah.
Megan Fox has kids too.
Bummer. Does Dua Lipa have kids?
I don't think so.
Dua Lipa then. Final answer.
Okay, he's definitely. Oh, that was actually funny, dude. She has kids. Bummer. This is response. Bummer. You could have any job. What would it be? Yeah, what would it be?
If you could have any job, what would it be?
Sports commentator.
Okay.
Pretty sure you can only do that if you're like an ex-athlete, but if I could somehow get that job, I'd love it.
Okay. Now we have this chick. I'm never gonna tell you guys, she's gonna be the next one off. Just no matter what she says, like she has to pull something out of her ass just to get out of this situation. Let's see. What would you do with the money? Yeah, what would you do with the money?
What would you do with the money?
Oh, I have a financial advisor that handles my money for me. My parents use them. They're really good.
Oh no, she's stupid. Oh no. Oh no, she's blonde and dumb. That's not a good combination. What's your biggest regret? Yeah, let's see. What's the dumbest thing?
What is the dumbest thing you ever did?
I once bought this outfit and I posted on Instagram #newoutfit. What I didn't realize is that I posted in the same exact outfit that I bought a few months earlier. People thought I was lying, but I just forgot that I bought the same outfit. People still bring it up in the comments to this day.
I don't like her. She's so dumb, dude. Oh. What's your most unusual talent? Oh my god. I don't know why I'm choosing this, but let's go for it.
What is your most unusual talent?
I'm a really good cook.
Get out of here.
If I had to live in the old days where people had to cook their own meals, I could buy just fine.
Oh, Sue was really proud of answering that question. What is your proudest accomplishment? What were you like as a child? I don't care. What do you do for a living? Oh, Jesus, I'm gonna regret doing this.
What do you do for a living?
I'm an Instagram model.
I knew
I
it.
still live with my parents, but I can move out if I wanted to. Our house is so big that I feel like it would be a waste to move out. We have so many empty rooms, I'm not even sure if I've seen them all.
Oh, I see. It's definitely gonna be the next one to go. If you could have any job, what would it be? I gotta know.
If you could have any job, what would it be?
I want to design handbags and accessories. I've considered designing clothes, but I think accessories is my real passion.
Okay, I wasn't expecting that. Oh, I like this guy. Okay, let's see. Him and Joe. What would you do with what would you do with the money?
What would you do with the money?
Well, I've been working on a film for several years. It's kind of like my main baby when it comes to screenwriting, but I haven't had the capital to produce it. It's a superhero film,
Okay.
but get this. In most superhero movies, someone gets powers. They either become the good guy or the bad guy. What if they just still remain a guy? They don't use the powers. Maybe they're like, they try him out, but then they're like, you know what? I'm just gonna stick to my regular life. And it's a superhero film that turns into just a slice of life normal guy film because he doesn't use them. And then at the end, when you think he's like, oh, he's about to save the day, the powers get reversed and he loses them.
This fucking guy. Okay. Dude, when it comes down to the last person, it's gonna be hard, dude. Because so far, Joe and Sam are the best. Yeah, what is your proudest accomplishment?
What is your proudest accomplishment?
My proudest accomplishment was getting a perfect score on my SATs in the 8th grade.
Okay.
So I got a 1600.
Alright.
It did take me 3 tries.
Okay.
Almost had it on the second try, but took it again. And I guess you could say third time's the charm.
I mean, that's true, but you should have done it the first time. What do you do for a living? Yes, I am curious.
What do you do for a living?
I'm going to ask that you reserve judgment
Okay.
when I tell you that I am an auditor for the IRS. Now, I know a lot of people think that we are inherently evil, that we are monsters coming to take your money. No, okay? We are not evil. We're not going around trying to harass people. We don't want to screw over the little guy. And here's the thing. If you make an honest mistake on your taxes, we will send you a notice about it and ask you to settle the difference. Or if we find that you didn't include a form, a W-2 or something, send it to us. We're good. Now, if you are some rich person who's intentionally trying to game the system for your personal gain, then that might be an issue. Those are the people that get audited. The big muckety-mucks who are who are just greedy. Then we will come after you.
Okay, I believe him, but not. I don't think every person there. What was your childhood dream? If you could have any superpower, what would it? Oh yeah, what was it? What would it be?
If you could have any superpower, what would you choose?
Any superpower? You know, I'd have to go with Mr. Mixelplix's magic.
Who the hell is that?
It might be a deep cut for some people. He's great. He's an imp from the fifth dimension, DC Comics, and he's part of the Rogues Gallery of Superman. And if you can mess with Superman, you've got some powers. And I just like that he's wily and weird. But his one weakness is he can wind up in prison in the fifth dimension if he says his own name backwards.
What?
But come to think of it, I've never said my own name backwards. So, yeah, should be fine. Yeah, let's definitely go with Mixelplix.
Wait, what is it? Wait, what is his name backwards? I wasn't even paying attention. Wait, I'm gonna have to look that back when I watch the video. Okay, I got one more question for him. What is your most embarrassing guilty pleasure? Okay, man.
What is your most embarrassing guilty pleasure?
Yeah, my most embarrassing guilty pleasure. I like to go back and rewatch the cartoons from my childhood.
Damn, okay.
I don't do it all the time, but when I think of one and I haven't seen it in a while, I'll look it up, I'll see where it's streaming or where I can find it, and then I will watch the crap out of it from front to back and relive my childhood a little bit.
All right.
Maybe take out some of my old action figures. Yeah, that is an embarrassing guilty pleasure.
Okay, I do that with movies. Okay, I get where he's coming from. All right, Autumn, you weird person. Let's see. Describe your typical day.
Describe a typical day in your life.
I live in my van now by choice. When I wake up, I usually drive to the gym so I can work out and get a shower.
Okay.
After breakfast, I usually work one of those food delivery apps for about an hour.
Okay.
I can't stand a normal job, but I can handle those apps in small doses. Once I'm done, I relax for the rest of the day. I go to the beach a lot. Every day feels like a day off because I don't have a regular day job or a boss to deal with. It's pretty great, to be honest.
Okay. I don't care about when they were a child, to be straight up honest. What is your biggest fear?
What is your biggest fear?
Global warming and pollution. Humans are killing this planet. Nature doesn't fight back, so humans are the only ones who can save the planet, but we're the ones it needs saving from. So the Earth is pretty much doomed.
Okay. Yeah, what advice would you give to your younger self?
What advice would you give to your younger self?
Drop out of school. A high school diploma is useless as an adult, and college is a waste of money.
That is true.
Just enjoy your childhood. You only get one.
Okay, she gained points without answering that question. Okay, she gained points for answering that question, alright? Alright, have you ever cheated on anyone?
Have you ever cheated on anyone?
Yes and no.
Explain?
No, not really. I don't believe in monogamy. I would never have a one-on-one relationship.
Okay.
I do mess around with multiple partners, but they all know that we're in an open relationship, so it's not cheating. They're all allowed to have multiple partners too, and most of them do.
Okay.
Even saying that they're allowed to have multiple partners sounds wrong to me. I just don't understand monogamy. How can you tell another person they aren't allowed to do things that make them happy? That just seems So controlling to me. I could never do that to someone, or let someone do that to me.
Okay. You're getting right up there with me voting you out. Not gonna lie. I get where she's coming from. What's the dumbest thing you ever did? What's the biggest regret? Well, we already know what she's gonna say on that one. Yeah, what would you do with the money?
What would you do with the money?
Pharmaceutical companies test drugs on puppies and other small animals all the time,
Okay.
then just abandon them when they're done. Someone needs to do something about it. If I win, I plan on using the money to open a rehab center so I
Okay.
can help those poor puppies recover and live normal lives.
Alright, I like that answer, okay. Alright, the trolley problem.
You're the conductor. On a runaway trolley, there are 5 people on the tracks ahead of you who cannot get off the tracks in time. If you continue forward, you will run over and kill all 5 of them. You cannot stop the trolley, but you can change to an alternate track which only has 1 person on it.
Okay.
If you decide to change tracks, all 5 people on the first track will live, but the person on the alternate track will be run over and die. Do you change tracks?
Before answering that, what you have to understand is that being run over by a trolley doesn't have to be fatal. I've survived it at least twice now, and after an extended hospital stay, I was completely fine. You just have to avoid being crushed by the wheels when you're underneath. So, in answer to your question, your morality question, of course you switch to where the one person is because there's just not room under there for a crowd.
Okay. What is your most unusual talent? Describe your typical life. What is your most unusual pet peeve? Who would you want to be a stranded island with?
If you were going to be stranded on an island with one person of your choosing, who would it be?
Is it okay to say myself? I pick myself. Because that one time that I was stranded on a deserted island before, it was just me and I got used to it. I mean, when I say deserted island, it was more like one of those floating garbage piles that gather together in the ocean that Greenpeace hate. Anyway, I'd still choose me.
Yeah, I like her. She's okay with me. What could I have any job? What would it be? What is your childhood dream? What advice would you give your younger self?
What advice would you give to your younger self?
Oh, I would tell my younger self to stay away from drugs.
Hell yeah.
I did far too many pharmaceutical studies. I was warned, don't do more than one at the same time, but the money was so good. I got greedy and I signed up for 18.
Damn.
Most of the horrific side effects have faded over time. However, I still get terrible hallucinations when I pee, and it hurts real bad to my left eye when I blink.
If you could have any superpower, choose one.
If you could have any superpower, what would you choose?
Yeah, what would you choose?
I would choose the superpower to heal like Wolverine.
Oh, okay.
That would just come in so handy for me. It would save so much time. I wouldn't have to go to hospital every single time I got attacked by a wild animal or caught some terrible disease or was in some almost fatal accident.
Okay. Damn, we're running out of questions for this lady. What is your most embarrassing memory? Yeah, let's go with that one.
What is your most embarrassing memory?
Oh gosh, there's been quite a few things in my life that are embarrassing, but you know those people on trains that go around checking everyone's tickets that they've got the right tickets?
Yeah?
Well, it was my high school reunion, and I pretended that I was one of those people, that was my job, so that everyone would think I was really successful. But then it turned out in the group there was somebody who was a real ticket checker, and they told everyone that I wasn't. They didn't, like, I didn't have that job. They knew I didn't, like, they never saw me at work. It was so embarrassing. They really dropped me in it.
Damn.
That's the end of this round.
Okay.
We'll soon find out who will be going home after this message from our sponsor.
More ads.
Today's episode is brought to you by OneSock.com. Does it always seem like you have an odd number of socks for some reason?
Yeah.
OneSock.com lets you buy one individual sock so you can finally even things out. That's OneSock.com. Use offer code TRUTH, and they'll include a second sock absolutely free. Now it's time for the audience to vote. Please enter the selection of the contestant you think should be going home.
Okay. Joe, you're staying. You're probably going. Sam, you're staying. Autumn, you might be going. Claire, you're definitely staying. So it's between these two. Oh my god. Damn, this is hard because I want her to stay because I want to know more. See, I do want her to go, don't get me wrong, but I kind of want to see where she's coming from and stuff like that. But she's just so dumb, bro. Oh no, dude. Either way, they're both going, so it doesn't matter. Dude, this is going to be hard. Sorry, Autumn, it's you.
The votes are in. The audience has voted to send home Autumn.
It's probably for the best I didn't win. Lots of money rarely leads to happiness.
Let's begin round 3.
Alright. We got Joe again. Okay. Okay, Joe. Okay, so it goes on. Okay. What advice would you give your younger self? What was your childhood dream? What was you like as a child? What was your proudest accomplishment? Let's do this one.
What advice would you give to your younger self?
Don't marry Annie, my ex-wife. God, I doubt my younger self would listen to me because she's still smoking hot. But yeah, that's the advice I'd give, you know.
Okay.
I mean, we were high school sweethearts, and I thought it was going to be great. But boy, was I wrong. Oh, she's a nightmare. And now I'm stuck paying alimony. Lucky me.
Damn. Okay, well, what was your childhood dream? What were you like as a child? What is your proudest accomplishment? What is your happiest memory? Describe your day in a typical life. Oh yeah, I want to know this one.
What is the most serious law you've ever broken?
I used to shoplift as a kid. I also used to do a ton of underage drinking. I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know which one's worse, but whichever one's worse, I guess, would be my answer.
Damn, okay. What is your most unusual talent? Have you ever cheated on anyone?
Have you ever cheated on anyone?
Have I ever cheated? In my entire life, like cheated? Of course I have. Who hasn't? I mean, everyone cheats. I've been cheated on by girls. I've cheated on girls. I mean, that's just life, man. Everyone cheats.
I mean, I wouldn't, but okay. What's your most unusual talent? Ask the Charlie. What is your most embarrassing? What is the dumbest thing you ever did? We already know what he's gonna say.
You're the conductor on a runaway trolley. There are 5 people ahead of you on the tracks who cannot get off the tracks in time. If you continue forward, you will run over and kill all 5. You cannot stop the trolley, but you can change to an alternate track where there is only one person on it. If you decide to change tracks, the 5 people on the first track will live, but the one person on the alternate track will be run over and die. Do you change tracks?
Wait, I'm a trolley conductor for a living? How did I end up doing that to make ends meet? I mean, geez, forget the people on the tracks. If I ever sank so low I'm driving a trolley, I'd probably jump in front of it just to end my miserable life. Jeez. No thanks.
Hey man, you didn't answer my fucking question. What is up with these people? dumbest thing you ever did? What is your biggest regret? What is your most controversial, unpopular opinion?
What is your most controversial or unpopular opinion?
I think more people should ride motorcycles. Motorcycles are sweet, dude. Like, oh, people like their hybrid cars, they only get 50 miles per gallon. Motorcycles get that kind of mileage, and they're cool, and no traffic, and they cost like a fraction of the price of a car. $5,000 for a bike, and that's a good one, dude. Yeah, bikes are sweet. Easy to find parking, too. Wherever, whenever.
Damn. Okay, he's staying. All right. This chick. Okay. All right.
What is your most controversial or unpopular opinion?
Okay. There's this James Bond movie called The World Is Not Enough, where
Okay.
Denise Richards plays a physicist.
Okay.
Everyone was making fun of it, saying that she did a terrible job and that it was sexist of them to cast her. Here's the thing. She did fine. If she was more plain looking, I guarantee nobody would have said anything. The people who are saying that it was sexist are the sexist ones. They don't believe that a woman can be hot and smart enough to be a scientist. And that's the most sexist thing you can do.
I'm so voting you. not because of that, but I'm just. Ah.
What is the worst way you've betrayed a friend?
I sorta stole someone's boyfriend once.
No way. Huh.
It wasn't her boyfriend. My friend Brooke had a really big crush on this musician, and I told her to DM him, but she was too nervous to, so I DM'd him for her. He wasn't interested in her, so he ended up asking me out, and we dated for a bit. I can tell it made my friend a little uncomfortable, so that was one of the reasons why I broke up with him.
Wow, you're a really good friend. Sure, let's go with this one.
What is your proudest accomplishment?
My proudest accomplishment. I would probably say when I hit 1 million followers. That wasn't my only milestone, but that one definitely stuck with me.
Okay. Who would you want to be stranded with on an island?
If you were going to be stranded on an island with one person of your choosing, who
Would it be?
I don't have the skills to survive on an island, so it would probably have to be some guy who can take care of me. Off the top of my head, I can't think of anyone, but I'm sure if I posted on Instagram, I would have some very qualified volunteers.
Wow. That was probably the best answer she gave. Holy cow. Yeah, we'll just...
What advice would you give to your younger self?
Start acting and modeling earlier. I was 9 years old when I started.
Of course.
Other girls had a huge head start on me by then, so I had to play catch up.
Jesus. Okay. These are the people I actually okay, what's your most embarrassing memory? What's your most controversial opinion? Let's do this one.
What is your most controversial or unpopular opinion?
Okay. Well, my most controversial / unpopular opinion, a lot of people say that it's pretty bogus that Superman just puts on a pair of glasses and he becomes Clark Kent and no one knows who he is. No one can recognize him. I actually think that checks out. See, I've thought about this a lot. Now,
Okay.
if there's this hero and then you see someone who's kind of your normal neighbor, you wouldn't associate that like, your mind wouldn't go there. So, like, here's an example.
Okay.
Let's say you have a neighbor who looks exactly like Barack Obama,
Okay.
but his hair's a little different, and he wears glasses, and he's got a normal job. Let's say he
Okay.
works at a gas station, and you wouldn't say, my neighbor, James, who works at the gas station,
Okay.
has glasses, is ex-president of the United States, Barack Obama. You'd say, oh, that guy kind of looks like Barack Obama, but it's not Barack Obama. Same thing. You wouldn't say, oh, Clark, who, like, is a cub reporter for the Daily Planet, he can't be Superman. He's a bumbling goof. He slightly looks like Superman. Remember, Clark is like uncoordinated. Clark is like, bad at life. Superman is the best. So, like, you would not make that
Okay, I see where he's coming from.
leap. I think it would totally work. Unpopular opinion, and I stand by it.
All right. Biggest regret was the dumbest thing you ever did. Oh,
What is the worst way you've betrayed a friend?
Oh. I try not to betray friends, but... Okay. I spoiled Avengers Infinity War for
no.
several of my friends and coworkers.
You devil.
So, opening night, I saw it twice. I got my tickets in advance for 2 showings right in a row, back to back. I was at the theater for like 6 hours just downloading Infinity War, and it was awesome. But
Okay.
I'm like, okay, Friday, maybe people haven't seen it yet. Over the weekend, I saw it 2 more times. I go into work Monday. I assume that everyone has seen it. It's a phenomenon. It's like the movie grossed like $2 billion. I don't know how much everyone saw it. I assume they all saw it opening weekend. And I started going on about the people we lost, the Avengers we lost.
You always ask,
Snap. I really spoiled that movie for a lot of people. I had a lot of apologizing to do that day. And if you're watching, let me just say once again, I am so sorry.
He's gonna spoil it.
I promise you, I am now keeping it spoiler-free.
He's gonna do it. Oh, I thought he was gonna do it. I thought he was gonna apologize for what he spoiled. But yeah, that's why I always ask people before I say anything. Unless it's like a really, I'm not talking about really old movie or TV show or anything. I always ask, hey, I'm gonna say something. Are you ever gonna play it, or do you care if I talk about it? Just do that, man. Before you say anything. You ever cheated on anyone? Hey, let's see. Have you cheated on anyone?
Have you ever cheated on anyone?
No. And I don't think I ever would. Not even if I had the chance. Although I did cheat on a math test once in junior high. And I couldn't live with myself afterwards, so I wouldn't even cheat on the test again.
There, he wouldn't even cheat on the test again. He's loyal, people. He's loyal. Happiest memory. What were you like as a child? If you could have a job, what would it be? What is his biggest fear? Yeah.
What's your biggest fear?
Okay, my biggest fear, and this might be uncommon, but I am afraid of things that can't really happen, or things that are like an optical illusion but aren't possible in real life. So, for example, M.C. Escher paintings, like a staircase that starts nowhere and leads to nowhere, and walls and architecture that are not possible in real life, or opening a door and a room is upside down.
Okay, I
or
can see where he's coming
just
from.
Objects that move through space and do not abide by the laws of physics. Because I'm a logical person, I'm trying to wrap my head around these things, and because I can't get a toehold in logic into how that setup is occurring, I lose my bearings. And that is my biggest fear.
All right, all right. Okay, so we got one more question for him.
If you could have any job, what
Would it be?
If I could have any job, I'd like to be the continuity supervisor on any Star Trek TV show.
Oh my gosh.
There are so many mistakes that would have been so easy to fix if only someone caught them in time. I'd love to be that someone.
You'd love to be that someone? Let me tell you why there's mistakes.
Oh.
When you're working 17 to 22 hours a day, sometimes people mess up on continuity, all right? Relax. Just relax.
I just want to say I'm so sorry, because in the moment when I was thinking about my dream job, I literally forgot that you were on Star Trek,
What?
and you have boldly gone where no man has gone before. So, thank you for your service, and yeah, I am sorry for being so nitpicky.
Wait, that's why his voice sounds so familiar. Okay. Oh, I can't do any more with him. Okay, have you ever cheated on anybody?
Have you ever cheated on anyone?
Certainly not. I have been ever faithful to my one true love, my husband, who I've not seen since the fishing trip, but he's my one and all.
I'm sorry, I blacked out when she said that. I'm not gonna. Yeah, what's the serious law you ever broken?
What's the most serious law you've ever broken?
International piracy law.
Oh, Jesus.
When I was lost at sea one
Okay.
time, I thought all was lost. But a pirate ship came by and actually rescued me. Now, you've heard bad things about pirates, and so had I, but they could not have been nicer. They gave me a job to do on ships so that I could earn my keep when I was there, and everything was going great until they got superstitious. They are superstitious, so they thought for some reason it might be bad luck that I was on board with them. So they were just about to drop me off when we got raided by a Russian Navy ship who put us all in a Russian jail for 5 years for piracy.
Oh my gosh. Alright, wasn't expecting that. Sorry, I have to fix my mic. That's too close to my eye. Ugh. Yo, let's do this.
If you could have any job, what would it be?
Any job in the whole world, I would choose to be a wealthy banker because they get paid a fortune and their hours don't seem bad at all. I mean, maybe when the line gets really long up to their till, that might get stressful managing that, but apart from that, I mean, what's the downside?
Okay. Gosh, I'm running out of things to talk about. Oh, there we go.
What is your most controversial or unpopular opinion?
Most people think you need milk to eat cereal. I
Yeah.
completely disagree. It's so extortionate. The prices of milk nowadays. I mean, no way. I just use water and it's delicious. I love my cereal with water when I can find cereal.
Uh-oh, that's a no-no. Who, like, I could just say, you could say Gatorade or other things, but water? Why, like, what? What is your biggest regret? Yeah, what is your biggest regret?
What's your biggest regret?
Well, that's easy. That would be the fishing trip I took my daughter Mallory on 20 years ago.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Well, obviously I couldn't afford a boat. So we borrowed 2 floating pool chairs and off we went out into the ocean. It was a beautiful day. Unfortunately, I got caught in an undercurrent and I was swept off to a desert island. I saw she made it back to shore. It took me so long to get off the desert island that by the time I got home, she'd moved on and I've not been able to find her since.
Okay.
That's the end of this round. We'll soon find out who will be going home after this message from our sponsor.
Okay, what is it? Let's see.
Today's episode is brought to you by placebos. Are you a hypochondriac? Ask your doctor if placebos are right for you. Now it's time for the audience to vote. Please enter the selection of the contestant you think should be going home.
I'm gonna tell you this much. It's easy. It's her. I'm sorry. It's her, bro.
The votes are in. The audience has voted to send home Alexis.
That's okay. This was fun. And isn't that the point of a game show?
I'm so glad you're gone. I don't even know why
Let's
you're...
start round 4.
I don't know how she was there for that long, to be sure honest. Alright, so we don't have that many. Okay, let's see. What is your biggest regret? Yeah.
What is your biggest regret?
Marrying my high school sweetheart. My ex-wife. Ex-wife. No more. No thank you. Yeah, we were miserable. And now I pay alimony every month.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry I brought that up.
What is your most embarrassing guilty pleasure?
I love bad movies. You know, movies that are so bad that then they're good. Because it's just like so entertaining how bad they are. Like Sharknado. That shit sucks, but it's good, you know? Or like, what does the fox say? Oh, that's a song, but you know, it's so bad that I like that song, you know? Stuff like that, yeah. Bad things become good things.
Okay. Alright. Oh, dang, we only got so many. What's your proudest accomplishment?
What is your proudest accomplishment?
I broke so many school records when I played high school football that I couldn't even name them all. I knew I wasn't good enough to go pro, but I'm willing to bet that a lot of those records still stand today.
They're not. Oh, I only got 2 questions. Okay, describe your typical day in life.
Describe a typical day in your life.
I wake up, I eat, I go to work, I come home, I eat, I watch TV, and then I go to bed.
I like that answer. Okay, what's the dumbest thing you ever did?
What is the dumbest thing you ever did?
Yeah, so I was the toughest kid in my high school, right? Everybody knew that about me. There was this guy, though. He was 6'8", freakishly tall, you know, big guy. Everyone was like, oh, you know, he's tough. Like, oh, he could take you. I hated that. What, you're tall, so that gives you grit? Bullshit. So, plus the guy, he was in honors classes. He must have been a nerd. No way he could take me. One day, it got to me. I called him out in the hallway. I egged him on. He didn't want to fight. I said, let's go. Not only did he beat my ass, but he beat it so badly. It was just, I was bruising for days, man. Best part is, though, we became best friends, and yeah, the rest is history. I don't know, I picked a fight with a giant, got my ass beat. That was stupid. Yeah, that was stupid.
Oh, you made a friend out of it. I don't think it's that stupid. Alright, so this guy, okay. The trolley problem, let's do that one.
You're the conductor on a runaway trolley. There are 5 people on the tracks ahead of you who cannot get off the tracks in time. If you continue forward, you will run over and kill all 5. You cannot stop the trolley, but you can change to an alternate track where there is only 1 person on it. If you change tracks, the 5 people on the first track will live, but the person on the alternate track will be run over and die. Do you change tracks?
This is just basic logic. The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few or the one. So I would change tracks to kill 1 instead of 5.
Yeah, that's true.
What's the most serious law you've ever broken?
I would say the most serious law I've ever broken is sneaking into a movie.
That's it?
So, in 2015, Star Wars The Force Awakens was coming out, and there was an advanced sneak preview screening beforehand. And it was invite only. So I figured out a way around that since I wasn't invited, but I did want to see it. I'm not going to tell you what theater it was or what theater chain because I do not want to get a phone call from their attorneys. But the night before this advanced screening, I went to a movie at that theater, and then I stayed in the theater all night long.
Oh my gosh.
I hid in the bathroom, slept there.
The
And
bathroom?
then the next day, I was in the theater for the screening. And there were a couple of seats open. It wasn't completely full. So I got into the sneak preview. I saw The Force Awakens early. I'm not proud of it. It's probably a big felony, but I would do it again.
He'll do it again. He'll do it again, people. Where's your happiest memory?
What is your happiest memory?
I'm going there in my mind right now. Absolutely my happiest memory was going to see The Phantom Menace
Oh my
on
gosh.
a big screen. Star Wars Episode 1.
Hell yeah.
You see, let's rewind. I thought I would never see new Star Wars in my lifetime. So when that came to pass, and I found myself butt in seat, looking up in a theater, brand new, taking me to a galaxy far, far away, the iconic scroll,
Hell yeah.
the Star Wars logo, the score, John Williams. I can honestly say I was never happier. Now, the quality overall of the prequels, that is another conversation.
Mm-hmm.
But for that frozen moment in time, kill me now. I'm good.
Alright, what is your biggest regret? Let's see, what is the dumbest thing you ever did?
What is the dumbest thing you ever did?
Dumbest thing I ever did. How do I choose just one? Okay. I was camping outside a store waiting to buy a game console. So it was going to be released, and I wanted to get there early. I wanted to make sure that I got one.
Alright.
And I set up a tent. I was going to sleep outside the store. I was there for 28 hours in my tent. The night before the store opened, when they were going to sell the console, it was go time. I went to sleep in my tent.
He
Had my
overslept.
phone with me. I didn't have any way to charge my phone, and my alarm didn't go off in the morning because
Damn.
my phone ran out of juice. I woke up 3 hours after the store opened, and I did not get the console. I slept in a tent on a sidewalk.
Damn.
Got back problems from it. For what ended up being no reason whatsoever.
Damn. Bro, that sucks. That sucks.
What is your biggest regret?
My biggest regret.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, he's got it. He's got it. All right.
Years ago, I used to work at a video store.
Okay.
Back in the day and age where they actually had video stores, where you didn't have everything at your fingertips streaming. And I worked with this girl named Rebecca, and we got along so good. We were jokey, we had banter, but the thing I was oblivious to at the time was that she was flirting with me.
No.
Like, she was into me.
Damn, dude.
And the crazy thing is, I had a crush on her, but I was in the dark to her feelings about me. But now, years later, I can think back. I'm like, oh yeah, she was totally flirting with me.
Damn.
How did I miss that? Nothing happened, and that is a major regret.
Damn, dude.
I might take that one to my grave.
That sucks. That sucks. Oh, I feel for him, bro. I feel for him. That sucks.
What is the worst way you've betrayed a friend?
Well, that would be my friend Emily from high school. We were paired together for a science project, and she looked after this egg that we were given for the first week, and I was to look after it for the second week. And I did it great. The egg was perfect, and I was carrying it into school on the last day of the project to give to Emily to hand to the teacher. I got chased by a coyote, and of course I dropped the egg, and then the coyote ate the egg, and I just thought, I can't let Emily down. Like, I don't want to betray my friend and disappoint her. And I remembered, though, that I had seen a bird's nest on the way to school a few days before, so I went back, and sure enough, there's an egg in the bird's nest. It was maybe like a slightly bluer shade of grey than the egg we'd be given, but I thought,
Nobody would notice.
So
Yeah.
I took it into school, handed it to Emily. She was just about to give it to the teacher,
And then she dropped it.
and a red-tailed hawk flew in the window and violently attacked Emily for touching the baby's egg. And so not only did we not get an A, Emily was in intensive care for 3 weeks.
Oh my gosh.
Things were never the same with us again.
Wow.
What's your happiest memory?
Well, that's a no-brainer. My happiest memory is the day my beautiful daughter Mallory was born.
Mm-hmm.
I had her in a hospital and everything. I mean, I was already in the hospital because I'd been bitten by a raccoon.
What?
I suppose it would have been easier if I'd had a doctor present, but I got stuck in an elevator on the way to the maternity floor. There I was, with the raccoon I brought with me to get tested for the rabies. It got loose and I had to fend that off for a while.
Oh my god.
Even so, out Mallory came and life was perfect.
This is actually gonna be hard, okay? Because she's actually cool. But she is gonna be the next one voted off. So.
What is your proudest accomplishment?
I was a world record holder. I was the last known person to contract smallpox. for a week. Somebody else did get it after me. I don't know their name. I mean, I don't really remember the week because I did have a terrible fever and a really itchy rash, but they say everyone gets their 15 minutes of fame, and that was mine.
What the hell was that at the end? Okay, let's do this one.
What is your most embarrassing guilty pleasure?
I love window shopping at those really fancy stores that only rich people shop at. Like Walmart. I go and
Wait,
I look
what?
and I think, oh, if I was wealthy, I could have that and that and that. It would be so glamorous if I could really afford to buy things there, but, you know, who can?
But Walmart isn't that expensive. What was your childhood dream? What was your so for you, what's the day in your life? What was the most unusual talent? What is your favorite holiday? Let's do that one.
What's your favorite holiday?
Oh, well, that's easy. It's Thanksgiving. You know, when you're homeless like I am, it's really hard to find places to sleep. But on Thanksgiving, I can sleep in front of any storefront, entrance, window, and everyone just thinks I'm queuing for the Black Friday sales. It's pure bliss and just warms my heart every Thanksgiving.
That's the end of this round. We'll soon find out who will be going home after this message from our sponsor.
Okay.
Today's episode is brought to you by the letter K. Now it's time for the audience to vote. Please enter the selection of the contestant you think should be going home.
Alright. Joe and Sam are safe, but I can't say the same thing for her. Claire, I'm so sorry, but you gotta go, girl. You're awesome, but you gotta go.
The votes are in. The audience has voted to send home Claire. Oh, I am so sorry, Claire.
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. Thanks so much for having me. It's just been so exciting to be here. And I've never won anything, so I didn't expect to win today anyway, but I'm just glad I could take part.
I'm sorry.
It's now time for our final round.
I didn't want to do that to her, to be straight up honest. I did not want to do that to her. Okay, what is your most unusual talent? What's your happiest memory? What were you like as a child? What is your most... Okay, let's do this one.
What is your happiest memory?
Watching the Philadelphia Eagles beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl. I have been an Eagles fan my entire life, and I was beginning to think I'd never see them win a Super Bowl, okay? Not only did they win, but they won in a shootout against Tom Brady in a game that had more offensive yards than any other game in history, even regular season games, in history. And they did it with their backup quarterback. It was amazing.
Alright, this one.
What's your most unusual talent?
I could change my own oil. I could also fix a flat. You know, people used to know how to do that stuff. That was like common knowledge. But nowadays, no one knows how to do jack shit. Everyone's like relying on others or the internet, or just people don't know how to do stuff. No one can do common guy stuff or girl stuff, whatever, anymore. I don't know. Everyone's so sheltered.
Damn. I mean, he's not wrong. Oh, I could just choose randomly. Okay, never mind.
What's your most unusual pet peeve?
I can't stand it when people are FaceTiming or like on speakerphone around me, like as if I'm not there, stomping around with their big loud conversation, like you're holding me hostage to your conversation. I don't give a shit. Go somewhere else. What happened to, phones that you had to hold up to your ear so I didn't have to listen to you? That shit drives me crazy.
What were you like as a child?
I was just like every other kid. I played with toys. I watched cartoons. I mean, what else would you expect me to say to that?
That is true.
What was your childhood dream?
I had a ton of dreams as a kid. What I wanted to do changed all the time, I mean, wouldn't that be true for just about everyone? Who spends their whole childhood focused on one goal?
All right, so now it's him.
What is your most embarrassing memory?
Oh, yeah. I got an embarrassing memory. My most embarrassing memory
Okay.
was, okay, so I was maybe like 4 or 5 years old.
Okay.
And we were at a neighbor's house, the Harrises. They were the only house on the block that had a pool. So we'd go over there for summer afternoons, pool parties. So
Okay.
I was in the pool this one time with my dad, and I told him I had to pee. And he told me, just go in the pool.
Oh,
That's what everyone does.
oh no.
So again, I was really young. This was like probably right before kindergarten, and I peed in the pool, and it was fine. So that became a normal thing. I would go if I was in the pool. I would pee in the pool.
Oh
Well,
no.
One summer, again, I was very young, maybe kindergarten. There was a big pool party. It was a birthday.
Oh no.
Everyone was there from my class, the neighbors, and I had to go. I wasn't in the pool. I was standing right outside the pool, and I figured, oh, if I have to go, just go in the pool. And I stood there and peed into the pool.
Oh no.
I quickly learned that that was wrong. Everyone was horrified. They cleared out the pool. Party was almost over. It was like I ruined the birthday. And that stigma stuck with me, let's see, if that was kindergarten, almost until high school.
Damn.
Yeah, I was the pool peer. Not my proudest moment.
Damn, that sucks.
What's your most unusual talent?
I'd say my most unusual talent is that I can solve a Rubik's Cube in under 2 minutes.
Damn.
And, it's not a world record or anything, but it's pretty good. I'll break it out sometimes, maybe if I want to impress a date, and then I'll say, now you try. Actually, that has had the opposite effect, though, because they felt that I was rubbing it in their face that I was so good at it. And then I try to tell them that I wasn't trying to brag. I'm good at making things awkward, too. That's a pretty good talent of mine as well. But yeah, I'll stick with the Rubik's Cube.
Oh my gosh, dude.
What is your most unusual pet peeve?
My most unusual pet peeve would be when I'm watching either a superhero show or a movie or maybe something about a crime fighter. They're always using their superpowers. They are always fighting crime. Time out. Let's see a little bit of the rest of their day-to-day. Because in real life, like if you're, like, let's say your job is you're in the FBI. You're not always in the FBI. You go home and you're with your wife and kids, or you go to the movies, or you eat a burrito. I want to see that. Batman. Okay, you're fighting crime at night, usually. What about during the day? What about when you have to go into Wayne Enterprises? Let's see a whole Batman movie that's just about Bruce Wayne in board meetings, signing checks, looking over the budget. He's a billionaire. Like, that's a lot of responsibilities and a lot of checks to sign. That could be a whole, how about Dark Knight rises from bed and goes into work? That's what I'm interested in. It's a pet peeve that they're only superheroing around. Yes, that's part of it, but give us a three-dimensional picture. Like Michael Knight, the Knight Rider, and Kit. Kit is a talking car, and that's pretty cool. I want to see Kit, but Michael Knight has to take Kit in for an oil change sometime. Kit has to go into the shop, get the transmission fixed. That episode, Michael Knight takes the bus to solve crime.
Dude, that guy's amazing, man.
What was your childhood dream?
You know, my childhood dream was always to be the first or youngest person to accomplish something. Like, I would have loved to have been the youngest person ever to graduate from MIT, or the youngest person ever to travel to space. But as you grow old, you start to lose that dream, because when you're 9 years old and you publish an article in a physics journal, that's amazing. When you're 35 years old and you do it, you're just a...
Damn, okay.
What were you like as a child?
As a child, I was always watching cartoons after school, Saturday morning, whenever I could, and playing video games. Lots and lots of video games. And I gotta say that a lot of my friends today are people who I've met playing online video games.
Same here.
So,
yeah.
I guess I haven't changed too much.
That's the end of this round. We'll soon find out who will be going home after this message from our sponsor.
Okay.
Today's episode is brought to you by Vegas Tales, a full-motion video game from the makers of Truth. A wealthy resort owner is dying and needs you to help decide who should inherit his estate. You'll be interviewing some over-the-top characters and helping choose who will become extremely wealthy. Be careful, as there may be more to some than meets the eye. Vegas Tales is available now on your favorite gaming platform.
Oh, yeah.
Now it's time for the audience to vote. Please enter the selection of the contestant you think should be going home.
All right, Joe. It's been a wild ride, man, but I gotta send you home, bro. Sam, you are the
votes
winner.
are in. The $1 million prize is going to Sam.
For real? Wow. I cannot believe this. I'm not usually the winner when it comes to stuff like this. I've never done stuff like this, but this is amazing. I can't wait to start working on my film.
Sam used the prize money to... okay. Sam used the prize money to produce his movie. It was panned by many critics and performed poorly at the box office. Oh, shoot. Thanks largely to Sam's unique writing style, his eventually became a sleeper hit as it got found by audiences who appreciated Sam's odd sense of humor and unusual take on drama. It is now considered a cult classic among fans who know how to appreciate a really good bad movie. Hell yeah, dude. You go, Sam. Alright, so that's Truth, guys. That was a really good game. I'm probably going to play this game with my friend. I'm going to see if he wants to do this. But this is something that I would probably do this with my friend and stuff like that. And see what he would choose. But this was really good. It had its funny moments. I like that. And this looks like it's going to be a short credit. So I hope you guys enjoy watching this and probably laughing with me. But yes, this is the end of this stream. And yeah, that was like an hour and 44 minutes. So this game was definitely worth the money. I got it on sale. I think it was like, what, $1.99 or whatever. Very cheap. But yeah, that was Truth. And the next one, the guy already presented, would be Vegas Tales. Excited to play that. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. Thank you guys for watching. And as I said, I'll see if my friend wants to play this. Actually, I'll probably text him after I get done with this and see if he wants to stream this. Join me in the stream with this. So yeah, this is Jay Quest, and I'll see you guys in the next journey, a next video. Bye-bye.